Do you remember the young boy preacher Victor Githu? Well, have you ever wondered what happened to him after his fame faded? Join me today as we take a look at his life after fame. Welcome to TMN Media and remember to subscribe. Now, at one point, his voice echoed far beyond church walls. It traveled through mobile phones, television screen, and social media timelines across Kenya and beyond. He was small in size, barely tall enough to reach a pulpit, yet his words carried a weight that stunned many. His name was Victor Githu, famously known as the young boy preacher. At just 4 years old, Victor became a national sensation. His energetic sermons, bold delivery, and confidence far beyond his age captured the attention of believers and non-believers alike. Many saw him as a miracle child, a symbol of divine calling and proof that age was no barrier to purpose. But as quickly as Victor rose to fame, his presence slowly faded. By 2023, the once viral boy preacher had quietly disappeared from the public eye. No major announcement, no dramatic farewell, just total silence. Then came a re-emergence, this time from a completely different continent, and later an even more troubling update that left many worried, praying and searching for answers. So what really happened to Victor Githu? Where did the boy preacher go? And what is the truth behind his recent health struggles? This is the full story. Now, Victor Githu's journey into the limelight began in an unexpected way. While most children at his age were learning basic words and nursery rhymes, Victor was standing before congregation, delivering sermons with passion and conviction. His gestures were expressive, his voice loud, confident, and commanding. His words appeared rehearsed yet emotionally charged. Videos of his preaching session began circulating on social media platforms. Within a short time, these clips went viral. People were amazed by how a child so young could memorize scripture, speak fluently, and preach with such intensity. Churches invited him to minister, media houses featured him, social media pages reposted his sermons repeatedly. Followers grew into thousands, then hundreds of thousands. To many Kenyans, Victor was not just a child preacher, he was a phenomenon. Parents admired him, pastors celebrated him, some saw him a future great leader in the Christian faith, others viewed him as a sign of hope in a generation often associated with destruction and moral decline. However, behind the applause and admiration was a growing concern that few openly discussed at the time: the weight of fame placed on a child too young to fully understand it. As Victor's popularity grew, so did the expectation. He was no longer just a child expressing faith. He had become a public figure. He was preaching. His preaching was scrutinized, praised, debated, and sometimes criticized. Every appearance attracted attention. With fame came pressure to perform, to inspire, to live up to an image created by adults around him. The line between childhood and ministry began to blur. While many celebrated his gift, question quietly emerged about balance. Was Victor getting enough time to be a child? Was he protected from burnout? Was his emotional and psychological well-being being prioritized alongside his spiritual development? At the height of his fame, this question remained mostly unanswered. Now, by 2023, followers began noticing something unusual. Victor Githu was no longer appearing in viral preaching videos. His social media presence slowed significantly. public preachings, engagement stopped, and media mentions faded slowly. Unlike many public figures who announced break or transition, Victor's exit was silent. No explanation was offered, no official statement addressed his absence. For a boy who had once dominated religious social media spaces, the silence was striking. Speculation filled the gap. Some assumed he had stepped back to focus on school. Others believed his family had chosen to shield him from public pressure. A few wondered whether the intensity of early fame had taken its toll, but without confirmation, the truth remained unclear. Later, Victor resurfaced, and this time the update surprised many. He was no longer in Kenya. The boy preacher was now living in the United States. Reports indicated that Victor had relocated abroad and was focusing on his education. He was enrolled in high school, marking a major shift from his earlier public ministry life. This revelation brought mixed reaction. Many supporters expressed relief, believing the move signaled a more stable and structured environment for his growth. Education, after all, was essential. Others felt nostalgic, missing the passionate sermons that once inspired them. Still, the general consensus leaned towards hope. Victor appeared to be transitioning into a more private, balanced life, one that prioritized learning, personal development, and maturity. For a while, it seemed like the story had reached a peaceful chapter. In 2024, Victor Githu's name returned to public conversation under alarming circumstances. News emerged that the now teenage preacher was critically ill and hospitalized in the United States. The update sent shockwaves through his followers, many of whom had grown up watching him preach. Concern spread rapidly across social media platforms. Prayers flooded comment section. Messages of encouragement poured in from Kenya and beyond. It was revealed that Victor had suffered a sudden health crisis while at school. What initially appeared to be a minor issue escalated rapidly, leading to emergency medical intervention. He was rushed to hospital and placed under close observation. The seriousness of the situation was evident. Multiple emergency episodes were reported, painting a picture of a young life facing an unexpected and frightening challenge. Despite the gravity of his condition, Victor demonstrated remarkable strength. Those familiar with his journey recognized the same faith he once preached, now being tested in real life. This chapter marked a shift in his narrative. The boy who once spoke about faith from a pulpit was now living through one of its hardest lessons. Hospital walls replaced church stages. Medical equipment replaced microphones. For many supporters, this moment was deeply emotional. They had watched Victor grow from a 4-year-old sensation into a teenager navigating life far from home. Seeing him face such a serious health scare felt personal. It also reignited discussion about the long-term effects of early fame, stress, and transition on young public figures. After the initial health update, Victor became noticeably quiet. Social media activity slowed. No frequent updates followed. This silence left supporters anxious but hopeful. Some interpreted the silence as a sign that he was focusing on recovery. Others believe his family has chosen privacy during this sensitive period. Regardless, the lack of information kept many in suspense. Yet, amid the uncertainty, one thing remained constant: hope. Messages of prayer and well wishes continued to circulate. Many believed that the same resilience that carried Victor through early fame would guide him through this health battle. As of now, Victor Githu remains out of the public spotlight. His journey has taken him from viral fame to quiet reflection, from national admiration to personal trials. His story is no longer just about a gifted child preacher. It is about growth, transition, vulnerability, and the reality that even those seen as strong can face on moments of weakness. Whether Victor returns to ministry, choosing chooses a different path or continues life away from public attention, his impact is already etched into the memories of many. Victor Githu's life reminds us that behind every viral sensation is a human story. A child who once amazed millions is now a young man navigating education, health challenges, and personal growth. His rise was extraordinary, his disappearance was mysterious, his re-emergence brought hope, and his health struggle served as a sobering reminder of life's unpredictability. As supporters continue to pray and hope for his recovery, one thing is clear: Victor's story is not over. It is simply unfolding in a quieter, more personal ways, and sometimes the most powerful sermons are not preached on stages but lived in silence. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get every new video once I